read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Alex Thomas claims he is suffering from distress because his ex kept their emotional support dog, Floozy, when they split, and he wants her back. Bradley Hernandez says the plaintiff chose to leave, and he has cared for Floozy for the last 6 months.
Okay, I've got Alex Thomas here as my plaintiff, Bradley Hernandez as my defendant. Mr. Thomas, you are suing Mr. Hernandez for $5,000. Tell me what brings you to court today.
$5,000 is what I want if I don't get custody of Floozy. I want custody of my dog.
The dog's name is Floozy?
Floozy.
Okay.
So Bradley and I both are survivors of the 2017 Las Vegas shooting. And
I'm very sorry to hear that, by the way.
thank you. We met in trauma counseling in 2018.
Okay.
And started dating and moved in 2019. And,
you moved into his home?
Yeah.
Okay. And you already had been living there how many years?
Yes, about 4 years.
Apartment or house?
Apartment.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So we adopted Floozy together in 2020, specifically.
Can I come see the doggy? So sweet.
Absolutely.
And so calm.
Isn't she precious?
Oh my goodness. Hi, Miss Floozy. You are doing so great. Hi, my lovely. All right, not too much, not too much. Okay. Bye, Miss Floozy. Okay. Sorry, my little heart. Okay. Continue. So you guys adopted sweet Floozy together. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what prompted you guys to adopt the dog together?
We were both experiencing symptoms of PTSD, and Floozy was, and we did end up training her to be an emotional support animal.
Excellent. And has she helped you emotionally?
Both of us, yes.
Absolutely.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
She helps him a lot with his anxiety attacks, and for my part, I was regularly having to rely on Ativan. I would say within a year, I was completely off of it.
Wow.
And then
that is amazing.
Yeah, well, but now
are you back on it?
Yeah.
Okay. How long were you two together living in your house, Mr. Hernandez?
Oh, like 4 years.
So this was a very long-term relationship.
Yes.
Very serious relationship.
Yes.
I mean, this is like a family, really, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Yes.
With Floozy. And what led to the demise of the relationship?
I found out about 9 months ago that Bradley was speaking to a mortgage broker behind my back and with plans to buy a house in his name and didn't include me at all.
Is this true, Mr. Hernandez? You were ready to buy a house,
Absolutely.
but you didn't share that information with your boyfriend.
It was something I should have communicated, but it was.
Well, wait a minute now, Mr. No. Mr. Hernandez, come on now. Something you should have communicated is, I left the toilet seat up, not I'm going to purchase a home. The court is more inclined to believe, Mr. Hernandez, and you need to be honest with me because you are under oath here, that you were making a decision, it sounds like, that you wanted to move on with your life independent of Mr. Thomas here. Is that correct?
That is not true.
That's not true.
My intention was to speak to the mortgage broker about purchasing a new home for the both of us. And I had talked to Alex about independent or being financially independent, and I just wanted to have the house under my name.
Let's back up when you guys lived in your apartment together.
Yes.
Did Mr. Thomas help pay the rent?
There was some time where he was unemployed, so I was taking care of the rent and all the other utility bills.
But generally speaking, when he was employed, he did contribute.
Yes.
And was it, yes.
And can I also, yes, he was on paper paying the rent, and I was underemployed for the first 2 years of our relationship, but I put every penny that I did have into Floozy, and I have the evidence.
Receipts? Okay, give me the whole evidence folder.
This is
give me the whole folder.
Yeah.
This is so sad. Okay. I see here veterinary bills of Floozy, which we all know vets can be very expensive. So you spent, well over several thousand on the vet. I'm seeing dog training that Floozy's had. I mean, she's very well behaved. You heard that, Miss Floozy? You're very well behaved. Very well behaved. Each session was about $100, I see. She had 6 sessions. Now, what I am also looking at is a letter from a healthcare professional. To whom it may concern, this is a letter regarding your patient, Alex Thomas, currently under care for mental health treatment. And it is your professional opinion that Floozy is necessary, I'm gonna take this very seriously, is necessary for Alex's emotional health and helps alleviate specific symptoms of his disability. I take it this is really important to you.
Yeah.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
How does it make you feel to see that this man that you shared life with for 4 years and some change is so distraught and just now seeing Floozy?
At the end of the day, it's all on paper. She's mine.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Alex Thomas, who brought Bradley Hernandez to court for emotional distress and pet expenses.
I work in trauma-informed care, like I'm a youth counselor, and I fully understand that I'm not the only one who gets care from this dog.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely going to get to Mr. Hernandez here. So what do you have to say?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
If you don't mind looking at the date, that is dated this year. I have a letter from my therapist as well that dates back to when we first got Floozy.
Okay, go ahead and give your evidence folder to Elijah. Thank you, sir. It's a good place to start at the beginning when you guys got the dog. I see the dog was purchased, you, Mr. Hernandez, as the purchaser. It says that you purchased Floozy for $2,500, and it does say that you're the only buyer on this particular agreement. So
That's
you
correct.
technically purchased the dog alone.
Yes, but we were together when we did.
But you were together, I need you to be honest. Y'all were in a couple, and y'all both had been recommended to acquire the dog together to help both of you in your post-traumatic stress recovery.
Yes.
Okay. I am seeing your letter from your psychiatrist as well, or your psychologist, it looks like. Mr. Bradley Hernandez, currently engaged in therapeutic care, as you described. It's an important aspect of his personal wellness is the presence of Floozy. So both of you have qualified expert medical leaders telling this court that Floozy is essential to each of y'all's emotional well-being. That's tough for me to make a decision around, but it's gonna be considered. I see all of this support around what the emotional support dog can do, and I do see that you have qualified Floozy for you as a official emotional support animal.
That is correct.
I'm not saying it's going to make or break my decision, Mr. Thomas, but do you have a similar declaration?
I do not.
Okay.
Can I just also throw in?
Yes.
I've included text messages between the two of us.
I see these text messages.
And
yes.
I, in particular, want to highlight how often we refer to it as our dog.
Yeah. Let's look at these text messages. So I see and these were as early back as when you first got the dog. Our dog fell asleep in my arms. Picture, she moved before I could get one. Oh no, our girl is so sweet. She followed me from room to room. She thinks you have food. No, I think it's because she loves me. Very sweet. Now I move on to a couple years later. Did you take our girl out for a walk? Yep. And so you guys are both acknowledging shared ownership is what I'm seeing. Oh, Floozy. Go a little further down the road, taking our girl to the vet, give her a kiss for me. This is giving parents. This is giving parents, guys. So under this circumstance, what led you to ultimately move out?
None of the answers that I got about the mortgage broker, none of it added up to.
So you don't buy that. You don't buy that story.
There's our communication is not good, and then since I've moved out, it's even proven to me further. This is the first time I'm seeing Floozy in 6 months.
Oh my goodness.
How
does that feel?
It's my dog.
Oh. How does that make you feel, Mr. Because you don't seem like a cold-hearted individual. You seem like you have a calm temperament as well, and you seem like you got a good heart. So how does it make you feel to see that this man that you shared life with for 4 years and some change is so distraught and just now seeing Floozy?
I understand that they have a really strong bond and they spent a lot of time together, but at the end of the day, it's all on paper. She's mine.
But you said something very important there. On paper. On paper. And the court is very considerate of that paper evidence. But I want to be clear with you, Mr. Hernandez. That's not going to be my only consideration today. I've got to do what is in the best interest of Floozy, first of all, because just like you have a bond to Floozy, just like Mr. Thomas has a bond to Floozy, Floozy has a bond with both of you. So there's a consideration around this sweet baby who can't speak for herself. Then there's the fact that both of y'all have compelling medical evidence from highly trained experts that are telling me, the trier of fact here, because it is my courtroom, that both of you medically are dependent on the same dog. That is not an easy task for me to have to make a decision around. Now, I want to get back to the moving out. So when you heard about him house hunting, essentially, and mortgage shopping, you took that as this relationship is over?
Not immediately.
Okay.
Like, I took it as, I did feel that it was a betrayal. I felt that there was something going on behind my back that I hadn't been told about, that is a major life decision. And it wasn't an immediate, like, deal breaker, but the responses around it, I felt gaslit. I understand, again, I work in trauma care. Hyper-independence is a trauma
It's a trauma response.
and I get where it's coming from, but that is unworkable at a certain point.
Let me ask you a question, a clarify. I'll get back to you in a second, Ms. Thomas. Clarifying question, Ms. Hernandez. You're saying I failed to communicate, I didn't intend to leave him and just go on about my business by myself and buy a house and be by myself. You said that wasn't the case. Let's tell the truth. Did you intend to purchase alongside Mr. Thomas? Did you feel he was financially ready to buy a home with you?
I did not.
You did not?
No.
Just making sure everybody heard that.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
You didn't answer my question, sir. I'm gonna ask one more time. Were you not ready to commit to marriage, or were you not ready to commit to marrying Alex?
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Alex Thomas, who brought Bradley Hernandez to court for emotional distress and pet expenses.
Why would we believe anything other than the duck that looked like a duck and was quacking like a duck is a duck? You made a decision, sounds like, and I get both of you acknowledging and showing compassion for each other around why the hyper-independence is there for Mr. Hernandez. But also, that tells me that you did have some intention of moving forward independently. And you see how he could get that conclusion. What did you think a relationship between you and Mr. Hernandez could look like if it wasn't an immediate breakup? Would you move out and have your own place and he has his own new house and y'all still continue to date and co-parent?
No.
Floozy?
I wanted, once we had conversations around the house, and I didn't feel like it was maybe a couple weeks later that we were broken up. And the moving out was not, maybe we'll get back together. It became clear to me, like, we're on different paths completely.
Because you wanted to get married.
Yes.
You wanted to get married, and did you have let's go back to the house. Did you see buying a house together
Yes.
with
Oh,
Mr.
God, yes.
Hernandez
Yeah.
at some point?
I wanted a life together. I wanted us to get married. I wanted us to buy a house together. In my mind.
Yeah. Now, did you communicate that?
Yes.
Did you
100%.
hear
Honor,
that?
Yes, I did. Alex just forced the idea of long-term commitment and marriage onto me. I was not emotionally ready for it.
Not ready for it at all, or not ready for it with Alex?
Yeah, I was not emotionally ready to commit to something so long-term.
You didn't answer my question, sir. I'm gonna ask one more time. Were you not ready to commit to marriage, or were you not ready to commit to marrying Alex?
Coming up on Equal Justice.
What's so different in your lifestyle?
I work remotely and Alex works offsite.
That doesn't sound compelling to me. Floozy, what do you say?
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Alex Thomas, who brought Bradley Hernandez to court for emotional distress and pet expenses.
Or were you not ready to commit to marrying Alex?
The idea to commit to marriage.
Okay. Do you believe that, Mr. Thomas?
I do, actually, yeah.
You do? Okay. So this is good work, guys. And none of this is easy because, everybody in here probably, I know I have, been in a relationship where there was a lot of love still on the table. See, it's kind of easy to walk away when there's no love left. But when you still love somebody, and I think both of you, I think, love each other, I think, still. But we all know love is not enough. And you had a different vision for your life than you had. A bird and a fish can be in love all day. Where do they live? Where do they live? And the reality is there's no place for y'all two to convene. So this is very sad, guys, and I can see it on y'all's faces. But I do have a job to do as it relates to Floozy. Look, Floozy done fell asleep on us. Knocked out. So cute.
Can I say one more thing?
One final thing, sir. Go ahead.
I have tried to work for joint custody. This has been my last resort. I wanted joint custody. She is a trained dog. She's very calm. You can see how easy she is.
Oh, she's extremely well behaved.
It would not be unstable for her to be in my house one week and his house the other
Why
week.
not that, Mr. Hernandez?
I think if she were to bounce back and forth between houses, she would get confused with the different routines and different lifestyles that we both live.
What's so different in your lifestyle?
I work remotely and Alex works offsite.
That doesn't sound compelling to me. Floozy, what do you say? I'm just kidding. I do wish Floozy could talk. I really do. Because this is a tough one, gentlemen.
Judge Eboni's verdict when equal justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
I've gotten everything I need from both of you. I want to thank you for your candor and your vulnerability today. I am ready to make my ruling. I'm going to break my own heart here when I tell you that I don't have the authority to grant joint custody as my heart would have me do. My head and my role as judge here will not allow it. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to rule in your favor because I think despite the paperwork, Mr. Hernandez, and what's on paper, Floozy is every bit as much of Mr. Thomas's dog as she is your dog. So I am going to award you for the expense of the dog itself because I do see that you have invested financially in the dog outside of the purchase price. And of course, for the emotional work you're going to have to continue to do to try to heal the hole in your heart that is so evident to this court. But I think the least you deserve today is some operating funds to be able to start back your healing journey as you now heal not only from the tragedy you both were witness to and survived, thank God, but now doing life without Floozy. So I wish you the very best. I do rule in favor of the plaintiff in the full amount asked, $5,000. Prayers to you both. My ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $5,000.
Any final thoughts?
I wish you all the best.
Any final thoughts, sir?
This isn't what I wanted.
You've had your day in court. Please grab your belongings, grab Floozy, and follow me.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.